Okay, do you see my screen? Is it on full mode? You see the screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, you hear me well?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so my name is Khawlah Alshanqiti. I'm a partner technical specialist for sustainability software in MIA, and I've been working in sustainability for more than 2 years now, and worked with the clients and organizations and business partners across Middle East and Africa during this time. Today, I'm going to talk about asset lifecycle management. So, asset lifecycle management today we will cover Maximo Application Suite and TRIRIGA Application Suite. Maximo is the enterprise asset management solution. TRIRIGA is the real estate management solution, and we will take your questions. Hopefully, Nadeem, if anyone have a question, let me know. But for the time, because we have a lot to cover in a very small window of time, we leave the questions last if possible. Okay, so the first solution is IBM Maximo. It focuses on it's your basically enterprise asset management solution focusing on your assets, maintenance, and operation. Uh, so today, the digital renovation is disrupting the operation model organizations used to work with. Equipments are becoming connected, and now you can predict their failures. Artificial intelligence is changing the experience of solutions, airports becoming automated, buildings becoming smarter, assets becoming much more complex, driving engineering complexity. And this means that we need to change the solutions that are supporting our assets. Um, for example, we have the manufacturing facility of the future. It has sensors, predictive failure model, digital twin, real-time remote monitoring, inspection server, uh, SCADA systems, and Maximo basically allows you to optimize and increase the operational efficiency for this kind of for manufacturing facilities with up to 25% of reducing your operational cost and 10% increase in the uptime and availability of your assets. Um, but in mind, same goes for aviation, for utility companies. This these percentages is across industries basically. So today's challenges that we hear from organizations include decrease. They want to decrease the downtime, improving maintenance, and they have basically challenges like the false positive today is up to 30% excess of the maintenance cost, more than 20K per minute cost of the unplanned downtime in a larger scale auto production, 70% hours lost with reactive versus preventive maintenance. Also, driving a new value from data. Like today, more than 80% of asset failures appear randomly, and 99% of data collected from the sensors are goes unused. Um, you hear me? Okay. Okay, so challenges also include technicians. Today's over 30% of total workforce is retiring. For example, decreasing the rework and warranty cost as well. Today, 1.2% of the annual revenue is goes for rework and material waste cost. So this is like variant challenges we hear from organizations, and asset lifecycle management is one of the solutions that allows you to overcome this kind of issues. So what is IBM Maximo Application Suite? Maximo Application Suite is an asset lifecycle management solution with the three main pillars that focuses on. The first is the enterprise asset management, as you know, explained by the team here. And then we have the asset performance management, which is much more advanced capabilities managing your operations and maintenance department, and also reliability centric maintenance, where your reliability engineers can identify which assets they need to focus on and the strategies and processes they need to put in hand. And basically, Maximo Application Suite is one of the tools that allows your reliability engineer to establish their strategies. Um, the Mass Application Suite, as we call it, it's a powered AI-based solution. It allows you to leverage OT operational technology solutions, physical asset operations, plan and plug to quickly integrate to existing solutions. Um, uh, for example, in terms of technology, as we can see here, it uses or leverages technologies like AI assistant, machine learning, NLP, IoT connectors, API, and IBM App Connect for integration. And you also have AI. The whole suite is an AI-powered applications. All of this exists within the Mass Application Suite. So you have the Manage Mobile, Assist, Monitor. We will go through these applications. And you also have the add-ons, which is HSE, spatial for geospatial maps, service provider if you are working with a service provider that is delivering your maintenance, scheduler, ABI port ID, environmental intelligence suite. And we also have the industry solutions, which are energy and utility infrastructure, oil and gas manufacturing, facilities and aviation, which is some kind of a little bit of a variant of the Maximo Applications Suite experience, makes it much more tailored towards these industries. So it's basically an add-on to the Maximo Application Suite general capabilities. Now, the application suite basically give you best of a class capabilities for a holistic view on your assets, starting with the first module or application, which is the managed application. Now, all what you know as enterprise asset management or EAM is within the managed application. Monitor is basically where you can connect with systems like SCADA, and you can basically leverage that monitoring, have like a monitoring dashboard to check all the anomalies that is like near real-time anomalies of your of all of your assets that you are managing. Health basically focus on giving you 360 view of your assets, giving you a score of every single asset that you have. We will also walk through this application. Predict basically focus on moving from all type of maintenance that you know, condition maintenance, reactive maintenance, corrective maintenance, preventive maintenance to predictive maintenance. So moving basically from scheduled maintenance to predictive maintenance. So it focuses on giving AI capabilities that focus on predicting when assets might fail. Visual inspection basically focus on leveraging computer vision or AI vision, and to basically train models that give you like AI vision insights, like cracks, rust, something that you can see, inspect visually. Basically, IT it's a new add-on to Maximo Manage application. It's an add-on to the Manage core solution. It basically allows you now not just to manage your IT operational assets, but also IT assets like laptops and software and so on. So it supports like IT service management and IT asset management combined, and all within one suite. The only difference, it's gonna be um, like everything you can do on your operational assets, you can do on your IT assets. You only gonna identify it as in the specification of the asset, you're gonna identify it as an IT asset to distinguish the asset group it refers to. But you can view all your assets within the application suite. And yeah, so this is a new component. You have mobile and assist. Mobile and assist basically together help your technicians have increased the first time fixed rate for work orders. Mobile gives mobility for technicians' work execution. Assist gives highlighted information how to fix an asset. Reliability strategies is also supported, and all of this application suite is a containerized solution on top of Red Hat OpenShift that distinguish the software application from the underlying infrastructure that you see. So no matter what kind of deployment you like to have, on-premise, private, with hyperscaler or IBM, a cloud managed service, it's all basically supported because the solution is on top of Red Hat OpenShift, basically. So the journey now for any usually clients or organizations starts from the managed application, which we know as enterprise asset management or EIM. Now also existing organizations that already using Maximo will be on this phase. And here, all of this data now, when you move when an organization move to the Maximo Application Suite or upgrade to the Maximo Application Suite, this data will be automatically synchronized, and then you can start to leverage the monitor application. And monitor application basically will focus on monitoring all of your assets and its associated meters, giving you the readings and detect the anomalies. And also, if you need, you can jump from the monitor application to view the work order history or the maintenance that has been done on the asset from the managed application, and vice versa. So you can jump from the monitor to the manage to do the kind of assessments that you need. So it will leverage the information coming from manage. Same goes for the health application. Now the health application, you can start to utilize it when you already use manage and monitor, because it basically gonna use the information that exists within the manage application and monitor to give you the health scores of the asset. The more information you have, the better. Like when the installation date was for this asset, for example, a preventive maintenance date, and these kind of details that exist within the manage application. You also have a predict. So predict is basically when you move to predictive maintenance, and it has a lot of machine learning algorithms that it used uh, to train AI models to identify failures, and it needs a lot of data. So it leverages all the data coming from the health, the monitor, the managed application. Usually, organizations start to utilize predict after it's not necessarily that, but usually the case after using Maximo for around a year of using manage monitor and health, they can start to have like enough data to to utilize the predict capability. Sometimes some organizations can do it in lesser time. Mostly they take around a year to start to get to this point, leveraging the whole application suite. You also have the visual inspection, which you can connect directly to the monitor, which gives you the AI powered insights from an AI vision perspective. Um, so this is like journey moving to from like the managed application to and how it's basically connected to the other applications or main core applications in the Maximo Application Suite. Now, starting with the first application, which is the EAM or the Manage module, you have it has a list of capabilities. It's the core of Maximo Application Suite, where you can basically create job plans for recurring tasks, predictive maintenance, manage labor, manage their skills and qualifications. Also, you can set the data around your assets like locations, function, work, cost history, roll-up cost, asset modeling, improved asset safety as well. From a supply chain perspective, you can basically have an application for your inventory where you can manage your inventory across the storerooms, sites, better visibility for better visibility, and you can also eliminate the cost of contract buying, improving the monitoring of your vendors' performance, manage your receipts, inspections, and vendor payments. In planning, we also have to also have capabilities to ensure assignments for the right person with the right skills. Drag and drop team assignments, accelerate scheduling, optimization, and so on. You have the HSE component, which is also an add-on to the managed application, where you can standardize around your HSE practices, making sure that you operate log risk assessment, incident management, investigations and corrections, planning for hazards identification, risk assessment, and risk control, all within the HSE add-on on the managed application. It also includes capabilities to deliver on internal external contracts that you have, and track your surface level agreements and performance of those SLAs. Also have supporting data analytics capabilities, whether it's descriptive, predictive, prescriptive analytics. You have built on industry leading Cognos business intelligence software to provide you the intelligent analytics you need. And you have available and customizable analytics by user type. Mobility is also one of the capabilities, which is the mobile. So you can leverage the mobile application for connected and disconnected capabilities, for remote access and ensuring data capture at the point of work for better accuracy of your work orders. The monitor application, basically, the monitor application focus on connecting systems like data collection systems like SCADA to the monitor application, and synchronize that simultaneously for an enterprise scale monitoring to give you AI-based anomaly detection. By AI-based anomaly detection, we mean it gives you the ability to eliminate or remove the false positive alerts. So you decrease the wasted time investigating those false positive alerts. So it gives you no code widgets, so easily configurable dashboard, wide view of operations, also workflow to drive ownership of issues, which leads to auto generation of work orders. So within the monitoring application, if there is a lot of alerts coming from a specific bump, then you can see if it has a request order connected to this alert. You can request a ticket to investigate this alert, or basically generate a work order as well, to go and fix this asset based on the alert, based on the alerts investigation you have done. So this is like automatically done from the monitoring application, instead of going to manage and doing it. So if you are already viewing the asset, you can directly assign someone to and create a work order directly from the monitor application as well. You have rapid data integration, so you have real-time monitoring of data, even with systems connecting to systems like SCADA as well. So this application allows you to reduce the unplanned downtime over 10%, shorten the duration of outages over 50%, focusing on the alerts that matters, increasing the production output by up to 5% as well. After this, we have the health application. So the health application where you can start to do condition-based maintenance, and it gives you a consolidated view of a global view of your assets, health visibility and analysis, condition-based actions, replacement planning as well. It makes it easy for you for your reliability engineers to make the decisions on the right assets, basically. So it gives you a dashboard with charts, with a map view, with a spreadsheet view, also give you a wide view to drill down the health of the assets, flexible health scoring by asset type or groups. So you can basically group a list of assets, let's say, for example, pump, and you can basically check like overall the health scores of all the pumps on a spreadsheet view, or so for example on a spreadsheet view, and you can then prioritize which pumps, for example, you're gonna need to investigate versus the pumps that you don't need to focus on right now because their health score is high, for example. So this makes it easier to check the health of a vast amount of assets in a single view. You also have sensor data integration. So the sensor data, because it's integrated, so it allows you to see all the metric data within the asset health. If it has like a pressure details, temperature, these kind of details, you can see it within the health of the asset as well. Refurbishment, replacement, prioritization based on the condition of the assets, and so on. So it allows you to reduce the operational risk, focusing on the right assets, increase asset availability, reduce unnecessary preventive maintenance, reduce time to make capital replacement planning decisions. The predict application, it basically, like we said, take you from scheduled maintenance, all various types of maintenance, to predictive maintenance. And here, it basically allows you to build the asset failure models, predict the failures, determine the factors that contribute to your failures. If you have a lot of meters connected to the asset, you can identify which of these sensor data or which of these meters are the biggest contributors for based on the readings that you are taking. You can see which are the biggest contributors of the failure. Was it pressure? Was it temperature? Like the top 3, top 5 contributors. Pressure, temperature, leakage, such kind of issues, or problems identified by these kind of meters, basically. You also can have score models with current sensor data. So you basically, the capabilities include having templates provided to build 5 common predictive models. So it's already within the application. You can leverage it to build predictive models. We also have score predictive models using Watson machine learning. Watson machine learning is basically the IBM AI engine that is powering the Maximo Application Suite, health, predict, and monitoring all of the AI capabilities within MAS. You also have a pre-built visualizations for those 5 common models you have templates for. And you can also use model scores to assess the asset health with Maximo Application Suite. For example, as you can see here, you can see when was the last calculated score for the health, and for example, after doing maintenance or something, how you've been basically this has been raised, or how you did mitigate the health of the asset. And this will reduce failures, reduce maintenance cost, improve asset utilization, extend the life of the assets. You also to also have a one of the time series um, charts you have within the predict application is the asset end of life. So you can see like a curve over time when this asset will like approximately reach end of life, basically. So you can know how you can extend its life as much as possible, increase the production output. Here you have one of the most important of the five common predictive models is the estimated time to failure. This is basically predict when an asset will fail within a certain number of days for a specific period. The period plus or 10 days, not necessarily plus or 10 days. It depends on the asset. And you also have with it associated a training data date, which help you identify when the model should be retrained again. And as you can see here, you can have that for different aspects. For example, could be for overheating, for leakage, for example, and so on. So you can know when is the estimated time to failure based on overheating or based on leaking and so on. You also have failure probability, same thing. Um, Failure probability basically it's based on gives you the failure probability based on a time window. So the failure probability within 6 months is 87%, or within the next 30 days is, for example, 50, and so on. So this is basically failure probability, which is one of the five common models. Anomaly detection, you can have a threshold. So if the asset exceed a threshold, you can know that it's exceeded, and you will get an alert. Here you have, for example, as well, a health breakdown, where you can see the different health scores for the asset based on its age, based on its condition, and so on. So there is like uh, many predictive models that you can train with the predict application. You have also visual inspection. Visual inspection basically integrates with monitor health and predict for a central point for development and management of your AI vision models. It deploys across IoT servers, intelligent devices with a click. So you can basically all of the IoTs, intelligent devices servers are called edge devices, like CCTV, drones, whatever that has a camera that can inspect, and you connect it with the visual inspection is an edge device, and it connects basically with the visual inspection application to start inspecting data, or inspecting photos and videos. Um, you have so it's basically a powerful auto AI engine. At the core, it reduces the cost and time for AI development by 39 to 90%, um, uh, almost. So this is basically the visual application and the visual inspection application. It has also its own mobile application. You have the mobile application for Maximo Application Suite, and you have another one for the visual inspection, where you can basically, if you do like some inspection, so you can check if there is any scratch using your mobile phone and so on, or tablets. So this is like visual inspection. It increases experts' productivity, rapidly evolve computer vision assets to meet changing requirements, increase accuracy and the speed of inspection up to 99%. Um, you can basically have train a custom computer vision models right now it's using open source neural networks. You can basically do classification, object detection, action detection models, and it supports like a variety of to support variety of organization requirements. You have the assist application. Assist application basically is an AI assistant. It's built also on top of Watson Assistant to help the field technicians. It's basically allows for remote expert collaboration using mobile devices, unlock insights from documents and data in your EAM system, major CMS systems, or other data silos. Continuous response improvement based on technicians' feedback. So you can also add technicians that's gonna work on new work orders on the same assets can review those responses um, from technicians' feedback from earlier or previous work order fixes. So it basically have an intuitive technician user interface with the smart device compatibility. So it supports basically iOS, sorry. So iOS devices and Android devices, or both are supported. You have diagnosis model for troubleshooting problems, collaboration session summaries added to the AI knowledge base to make them search for repeat incidents. So if they just write, for example, a problem in the search, they can have highlighted information, and they can also see the rate of how this guidebook was or how this document was helpful to fix this asset, and they can also use the mobile application to report back and so on. So this application assisting them, it's like a chatbot for accessing the knowledge base to fix the assets. So they can basically improve the fix rate up to 25%, mean time to repair up to 50%, diagnose accuracy and cut diagnosis time up to 15%, improving technician productivity up to 20%. All of this is our percentage already uh, recognized by organizations using the Assist application. The mobile application looks a little bit different than the web and the web application or the main Maximo Application Suite. Um, but basically, it gives you mobility for with supported configurable capabilities and configurable dashboard. It gives you multiple. It's basically gives you multiple form factors. Like I said, it can be on a mobile or a tablet. Both are supported, and also barcode asset scanning is supported. So you can, if you are using barcodes for your assets, you can scan it from the mobile application as well. And it's basically give you the access to the needed information, remote assistance, detailed asset and digital twin, integrated detailed asset and digital twin, and direct access to the assets operating history that you have. With this, using the mobile application, just like with the assistant, you've been able to make improve the first time fix rate and repair time to repair and so on. What we discussed all like some of the AI capabilities that's already exist within the application. There is more to come on the coming releases of the application suite. Now, for example, for the visual inspection anomaly detection, right now it's based on open source neural network models, which is basically takes like a few shots of the problem to basically be able to identify or identify anomalies basically or detect anomalies. But right now the team is building a transformed based foundation model that will fill these gaps. Also for visual inspection prompt tuning, right now it's using classical machine learning to label the data, train the model, deploy the model to provide capabilities. But on the coming releases, they are also working on foundation models and the prompt tuning to reduce the effort required to effectively train the models, because this will gives you the ability to leverage large language models to train data quickly. And right now, Maximo already have a lot of the traditional AI capabilities using machine learning, NLP, AI vision or computer vision, but also the team is working to release non-traditional AI capabilities like generative AI, leveraging large language models to do such capabilities on assistant, health time series prediction and anomaly, failure mode understanding, work order automation, ticket automation, for example. For failure mode understanding, for example, they are working to use generative AI to classify asset failure modes based on work order data, derived from work order data, because usually it's very it's not adequate to the failure modes usually, or codes are not adequate in the system. So these are all upcoming capabilities on the following releases on 2025. Um, Maximum Application Suite benefits, so integrated solution, simplified licensing, multi-cloud deployment. So from an integrated solution perspective, so right now, if anyone is using manage like version 7, for example, if they move to the suite, they will have their managed application with the new user interface, but all the functionalities and the data as well. But the suite will it will the land so the main menu will take you directly to the suite navigator, where you can view all the applications, industry solutions, add-ons, tools that exist the within the application, and you can basically launch the application that you work in or you have access to. As you know, you can basically set security groups in Maximo, so you can so everyone only have permission to use the system capabilities they are working on, and not more than that. Um, from a simplified licensing and usage perspective, right now, basically Maximo have a pool of app points. So all of the applications that you have seen here have share a one entitlement for the entire suite. Uh, you have flexible consumption, so whether you have shared license between concurrent users or reserved access for authorized users. And the usage is you have access to the application without additional provisioning. And for any future capabilities also, it will be part of the pool of app points. And this is basically based on the following tiers. So this is the licensing schema for any user that only need to basically create a service request, or basically bill or review a bill, for example, or create an incident or review an incident if they are using HSE, or also requests for oil and gas industry solution. All of these, like if it's like just like a service request, you usually consume no app points. So whether they are concurrent or authorized, it's the self-service capability. This is to make sure that everyone can basically point out on issues as soon as they see it, to basically minimize the unplanned downtime as much as possible, or the corrective maintenance as much as possible. So this is the self-serve capability. You also have the limited tier. The limited tier basically same. As you can see, you have concurrent and authorized for every single tier. Starting from this, it consumes no app points. The limited is the second in consumption. This is basically for any user who is using only 3 modules, and these modules or applications should be monitor, assist, and manage. So within manage, you cannot use more than 3 add-ons, or this user cannot use more than 3 add-ons. If they are using more than 3 add-ons, which means like the linear, the spatial capability, the IT capability, they're gonna need to be a PACE user if they are using more than 3. So these are the applications you can access with the limited user tier. The base concurrent, the base user, if you are using health or more than 3 modules or applications from the managed add-ons, you gonna need to be in a as a base user. If you are using industry solutions or a service provider that is doing your maintenance, or basically using predict and visual inspection, these users leveraging these capabilities or these applications need to be within the premium tier and within the premium tier. Now, for organizations that are using ERP, SAP system or ERP Oracle system, we already have an adapter within the Maximo Application Suite. This adapter for SAP Oracle or Oracle consumes like 80, for example, app points on top of the application, on top of the user application users app points, basically. So some of the add-ons require additional app points, like the spatial. If you are using a system like Esri, for example, you're gonna need to use the spatial application or spatial add-on to leverage that capability. Same goes for assist. If you are using the assist, you're gonna need to have additional app points on top of the user application users app point. So this is it. Now for adapters, like for integrations with ERP systems and other systems, we have the Maximo integration framework, which allows you to integrate with these kind of systems and almost any system that usually operation and maintenance teams work on. Deployment options, you can have it managed by IBM. So you purchase the software and hosting fees. IBM manage the hosting. You consume the software, or you can manage it yourself. So you only purchase the software and you purchase the software from IBM, but the hosting, whether you have it on cloud or the environment, it's your choice, and you manage the hosting basically. Now, this is a business value from the integrated suite as a whole, using the EAM and the ABM capabilities recognized across industry. So they've been able, across industry, able to decrease the unplanned downtime 50%, labor cost savings up to 60%, increased first time rate up to 20%, and increased revenue in millions. We have a case study here for Novate. Novate basically is a process control engineering firm in California, and they collaborated with they basically collaborated with IBM as they want to develop a scalable remote monitoring and support managed service for industrial manufacturers. They used Maximo Asset Monitoring for the AI for the AI anomaly detection and prediction failures before they occur. The solution leverages data from smart sensors, PLCs, PICs, VFDs as well, and they've been able to proactively interfere to do action before traditional control systems are designed to react to the operation and maintenance need to be done, and they've been able to improve the production reliability and reduce costly downtime. We have also Petroleum Development Oman company. They are basically overseeing more than 90,000 square kilometers in Oman, with 200 oil fields more than 55 natural gas fields and 9,000 active wells maintained across like 70,000 contractors. The challenge, they were looking for a CAFM system to manage various assets, resources, and technologies required for non-hydrocarbon functions. So they used Maximo basically since they chose to use Maximo since 2018, and they've been able to oversee the PDO's corrective maintenance, planned maintenance activities, and more recently manage their linear assets like roads and like streets, for example, and IoT devices, mobility, company customer portal, and so on. And they've been able to streamline 46 individual procurement steps into 14 automated ones, saving 2,000 hours annually, transitioning from to electronic stock process, saving 70,000 sheets of paper every year, and managing assets, facilities, related processes with a unified platform, enabling them to have a greater visibility across their operation and maintenance activities. This is basically Maximo Application Suite. Now, we move to IBM TRIRIGA Application Suite, which is a strategic real estate asset management system. Basically, on the lifetime of a real estate, 85% of the total cost of ownership is coming from operations, like basically facility improvements, utilities, cleaning, asset maintenance and repairs. All of these is something that TRIRIGA or the real estate, IBM real estate, TRIRIGA real estate management solution can help become much more efficient. So today, organizations having 30 to 50% more real estate than needed, and this is even before the pandemic. But even today, the office occupancy remains stubbornly stuck around 50%. And on top of that, we have the data silo challenge as well. So more than 75% of the large enterprises have more than or managing their operations in more than 20 different data sources, and 50% of them struggle with data integration related to analytics and business intelligence platform. This is causing 30% loss in productivity because of the data silos in manual and electronic workflows. And today it's mentioned that the most contributing technologies that can improve the efficiency of facilities, assets, and equipments are IoT, ERP, and IWMS systems like TRIRIGA, and mobile and the mobility, basically the mobiles applications. And the TRIRIGA basically can address these enterprise needs comprehensively through this portfolio. So TRIRIGA basically have a holistic portfolio to cover the life cycle of a real estate, starting from acquiring a space, building out a space, management of leases, capturing space data, utilizing the space, maintain it, manage the sustainability aspects, and until eventually disposing of the space. All of this life cycle, there is a lot of challenges across the life cycle, which has also a lot of opportunities to reach better or work much more efficiently, and maximize or optimize sustainability across the portfolio, across the life cycle, basically. So starting with the first phase, which is acquiring a space, here basically TRIRIGA focus on identifying and updating sustainability requirements setting your ESG and surface level agreements for the facility under management with the building operators and the service providers you work with, comparing locations, term options, and sustainability objectives. Um, so basically, incorporate all your standard ESG and SLA objectives for decision assessment. Um, in the on the build out phase, basically this is where you have the biggest opportunity to target sustainability transformation, because you haven't yet constructed the or used any materials within your real estate. So here you can basically prioritize and execute environmental improvement projects, manage project schedules, payments, risk and changes, select the vendors and the materials based on sustainability criteria, and align your programs and the projects with multiple budget sources, either within the enterprise or external. So you can see if your project, whether it's a renovation project or completely construction, a new construction project, you can basically set up the budget and see where are you within the budget of this project, and all the materials that you are using and so on within the build out phase. After this, you have the first part of using your facility, which is managing the leases for spaces. Here, basically, uh, it focuses on administering the facility lease portfolio, improving ESG terms to meet overall portfolio goals. Lessors and leases agree to share cost and benefits of energy programs deployed during the lease. So it supports basically going towards green leasing. So you can track and report on these green lease cost savings, utilization across the portfolio, and all within a single system to for a synthesized record. Um, this basically basically allows you to unlock 11 to 22% of building your energy consumption uh, within your office buildings. Um, the other aspect is capturing space portfolio data. Here, where you can basically have a portfolio and atomic level data to provide opportunities for virtual facility management, reducing operational costs. So you can start leveraging BIM models for a digital twin for your facility infrastructure, increasing remote and simulated site visits to reduce travel costs, ensuring parts and resources are available before expending wasted effort on service requests. Utilizing a space, it's also one of the biggest capabilities organizations use TRIRIGA for, where you can basically have utilize your space or have better utilization of your space with occupancy assessment across facility, having real-time monitoring for occupancy through Wi-Fi, room, and seat sensors, ongoing space optimization, adjustment in space forecast and requirements, dynamic space planning scenarios. We support AutoCAD to show you so that you can see like building insights and so on within this module. You also have maintenance, maintaining a space. Maintaining a space, basically, it's one of the main aspects as well of the application, of the TRIRIGA application. And here where you can start to leverage the mobile applications to minimize time, cost, and energy savings. Using TRIRIGA, you'll be able to eliminate paper from the work order process, estimate sustainability projects, improve field force scheduling, part ordering, resourcing through automation, mobile apps, lowering operating cost. Now, TRIRIGA is a web-based application, not like Maximo. Maximo have a mobile application, but TRIRIGA is a web-based application only, and yet it supports a mobile layout, so you can it supports like different displays of the web application. So even if you open the web application from your mobile, it can transform to a mobile user interface. Um, so this is basically the maintenance within TRIRIGA. So it focus on horizontal maintenance, like or maintenance across the facility, not like in Maximo. We will go through that point in detail in minutes. You also have the last one, which is managing space sustainability. Now it have also comprehensive repository for environmental data for the workplace assets, facilities, and operations, where you can basically capture utility billing data and carbon usage, where you can group and summarize environmental opportunities. It also gives you scores, prioritize the scope, cost, and saving opportunities across the facility or facilities that you are managing. If you have like a lot of like banking, for example, they have sometimes more than 100 branch or something like that. So all of this can be managed within TRIRIGA, and as a single source of the truth, also the sustainability initiatives and projects can also be managed within one application or one application suite. Importantly to mention here, it also support like sustainability certificates like LEED and BEAM, which is widely exist within the real estate management landscape or portfolio. So these capabilities exist within 5 main modules. Just like in Maximo, you have a module for real estate management where acquiring a space, these kind of capabilities, in addition to lease administration and lease accounting, exist within this part of the within this module. You have the capital project module, where you can basically work on construction and renovation projects for program management, fund management, scope management, cost management, scheduling, resourcing, vendor engagement, procurement, and so on. The facility management, you have two parts. The main capabilities, which around the space management, like basically having a space request, strategic planning, space forecasting, CAD management, and good to mention here, you can basically, this is the component where you can check like the different occupancy within different floors. For example, if you have 3 floors in your organization, and the third floor is not is usually underutilized or have low occupancy, and you have a floor that is not fully, for example, maybe 60% occupied, the third floor is 20% occupied, then you can move that, make a decision to move that 20% to the second floor and eliminate all the waste of energy consumption coming from the third floor, uh, just because of 20% utilization or occupancy. So this is something you can do within the space management application. You also have the workplace resources, where you can basically leverage integration with things like Outlook, for example. So you can book reserve a meeting room from the workplace resource capabilities, have a hot desking, book a disk. If you have shared disks in the organization, they can book a disk from the resources as well. Reserve a vehicle, catering as well, room setups. All of this is something you can organize within the workplace resources. Okay, you have also the operations services. This is also operation and maintenance, but focus more towards like warranty management, preventive maintenance, facility assessment, inventory management, capital planning, things like this. And you have the environmental and energy management, where you can basically calculate or measure your CO2 emissions, utility tracking, waste disposal, water consumption. So you have like CO2 levels, calculations of your different energy sources within the facility. Um, Why TRIRIGA? So TRIRIGA gives you a single source of the truth of all these capabilities within one suite. It's a market leader in the 2022 IDC MarketScape. It's cited for innovation, functionality, flexibility, and expertise. It has a simplified usage model, just like the Maximo usage model explained. You also can have it managed by IBM if needed. As you can see, TRIRIGA also share have an app point, a pool of app points, just like Maximo, where all of these capabilities can be leveraged. And now, starting like around next year, this is coming on 2025. The team decided to basically move TRIRIGA to Maximo Application Suite. So now TRIRIGA will be like an add-on on Maximo Application Suite. So as you can see here, we have the pillars that I have shown you earlier: lease accounting, capital project, space management, the TRIRIGA modules. And as you can see, they are in the TRIRIGA platform as a single suite, application suite for the TRIRIGA capabilities. And this TRIRIGA platform is on top of MAS Core or Maximo Application Suite. And as you know, for the Maximo Application Suite architecture, it sits on top of Red Hat OpenShift, and it's basically at the same time allows you to integrate with Environmental Intelligence Suite, which is another solution in the sustainability portfolio that I cover. It basically allows you to leverage weather data and weather forecasting data and historical data to, and you can see basically your assets on the geospatial maps. It gives you like various amounts of a lot of data layers where you can basically check like vegetation levels, rain, weather events that's gonna happen, and you can see which assets that you have in Maximo or TRIRIGA, if it's a facility that's gonna be affected by this weather events that's coming, and it gives you alerts basically. So this is the Environmental Intelligence Suite. It integrates with the Maximo real estate and facility solution as a full asset lifecycle solution. And also you have the MVZ ESG suite, which Nadeem and the team basically pointed earlier, which basically have a set of capabilities, including ESG data management, where you can basically collect all the data to the MVZ ESG suite. And you can basically start doing emission tracking and reporting, setting targets, and basically tracking those targets. Also have ESG reporting to frameworks like GRI, for example, and leveraging like capabilities to reach the decarbonization for like scope 1, scope 2, and scope 3 emissions, and ESG planning and forecasting with the planning analytics, which is upcoming capability in the MVZ ESG for which is very useful for financial institutions as a capability. So this is basically now when it comes to MVZ, MVZ already can integrate with Maximo and TRIRIGA even before the TRIRIGA become or gonna become part of Maximo. And now it basically if you use ESG for sustainability initiatives and emission tracking, you will be able to connect the data directly to the system. So usually what happens with reporting, the data becomes old. So even when they issue the report, the data has been collected from, it's not adequate to the report that they have to release yearly. But because the data is within already a TRIRIGA and all of assets, which is probably the most parts that consuming energy and contributing to your emissions, you can basically have that accurate data directly connected to ESG, and you can start to leverage it within MVZ ESG suite for your zero target and sustainability initiatives. And one thing to mention here is that now it's going to become part of the it's gonna become as a SaaS offering. So the first phase of moving TRIRIGA to Maximo will be on the SaaS offering. So it's gonna be part of the Maximo SaaS offering. But for the on-premise now, it stay the same for on-premise solution. So just to point or highlight this information for you for the nearest future release. Now, TRIRIGA, MVZ, and Maximo. So this is basically a TRIRIGA application. So you have space, real estate and lease, projects, maintenance, and sustainability. And here where Maximo basically and MVZ have like additional or advanced capabilities to do to enhance your facilities work basically. So Maximo in the maintenance part, TRIRIGA focus on routine requests like cleaning, facility repairs, catering, things like this, preventive maintenance, scheduling, and so on. But Maximo focus on complex equipment, operational, being operational, and basically predictive and condition-based maintenance, because this is something you can do with the predict application and the health application I've explained earlier, and also automated sensor-driven inspection through the monitor application, which is basically the APM capabilities. In the sustainability, even though we have a component where it can calculate the CO2 levels, but for extended sustainability capabilities where you want to like set up like your environmental goals and reporting, carbon emission and energy reporting, capture activity data on energy, water, waste, and CO2 data from suppliers as well. So you can also check not just internally, but also how much your suppliers are contributing to your CO2 emissions. This is something that you can do within the MVZ application suite. And MVZ support more than 600 data types for, like even for electricity, you might have more than 60 data type for security. So per kilowatt, per hour, per second, per minute. So the regular electricity units that you might have. Same for fuel. You can have a fuel like diesel or gasoline and so on. Like the different data types have different calculations, and that's why MVZ allows you to be much more accurate in how you are basically reporting those emissions. For TRIRIGA, we have DOE. DOE is basically a manufacturing company, one of the largest three, manufacturing plastics, chemicals, agriculture products. They basically support more than 10 million square feet of laboratory space across 5 global regions with multiple business units, and they are struggling with inconsistency of data across all asset classes due to disconnected manual facility management processes and systems. So working with the TRIRIGA, they've been able to have a single source of truth to analyze the data across all their facilities worldwide for actionable intelligence. And they've been able to integrate to deploy a TRIRIGA to streamline the facility planning so that the decision makers can have a holistic view of the space capacity usage. And they've been able basically to have 20% increase in facility usage, resulting in $4 million savings per year, $200 million facility related cost savings for relocation projects, reducing the report compilation from days to hours, and many other capabilities. So many other benefits as well. So all of these are public references. They exist where you can read like full reports in IBM.com for these clients. We have also various list of references across industries, like governmental clients, pharmacy chains, aerospace manufacturers, large global retailers, large hospital facilities, banks, airport terminals, commercial office buildings. You have here large groups like Regeneron, for example, PNP Bank, Airbus, for example. You have Worley as well. All of these well-known names around the globe are using Maximo, whether on SaaS or on-premise offering. So this is IBM TRIRIGA. I finished my presentation. I think I took hour and 5 minutes or something. I'm still on time.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So do you have any questions? If I still have a few minutes to pick up some questions.
Yeah, thank you very much, Khawlah. Yes. Any questions before we do the last leg of this session, which is a feeler demo of Maximo Application Suite? Questions, please. Okay, so if there are none, you are most welcome to send the questions anytime you like. Yeah, please. Yes, please.
Thank you. I have one question.
Okay.
How can you compete Maximo features with SAP Enterprise Asset Management System? As SAP also offers a very comprehensive asset management system, Maximo has its own features. But I would like to know, okay, how can you compete it with SAP? Thank you.
Okay. So I'm not sure about like the detail, all of the capabilities in SAP system, but I assure you, for example, right now we have capabilities on the EAM, which is both I believe both the solutions have capabilities in, but you also have the APM part, and this part there is no a lot of solutions out there that can basically give you a full asset lifecycle management solution. So they can maybe be a leader in the EAM, but not also in the APM. You have different solutions in both aspects, in both pillars. So Maximo, as a solution, it's a leader in the market in both areas, in the EAM part and in the APM part. And it's been known for, it's been used for more than 15 years now. We also have a new acquisition with the Briscento company. It's a new IBM acquisition that's going to be part of Maximo as well, which focus on renewable energy. So they basically focused on operation and maintenance on the renewable energy industry. And it's going to be part of Maximo, where you can leverage like the AI capabilities that's already within Briscento, but also that is upcoming on the Maximo Application Suite, like the generative AI capabilities coming to the suite. So this is also one of the new add-ons. The other one is the IT part, the ITSM. I don't know if SAP have that, but it's one of the recent add-ons to Maximo Application Suite, so that you can also do not just EAM and APM, but also ITSM and ITAM within one application suite. So this is it. It's widely used around the globe. We have many customer references across industry. And after the session, or maybe I can send it in the chat to the team, the latest IDC report on 2024 indicating Maximo Application Suite as a leader in all these areas, like in the EIM, APM, and so on. So you can know like basically the business value of the Maximo Application Suite as a holistic solution.
Okay, thank you. Another question, please. As Maximo offers its on-prem version as well, if we want to acquire its on-prem version of Maximo, then I would like to know, okay, which type of specific servers would we need for its deployment, like whether we would need only IBM servers, or we may also go for HP or Dell servers as well. What would be the feasibility and compatibility? And second, what sizing of the servers would we need to install Maximo, and if we want to go for on-prem application? And third, what would the licensing feature as well? If we want to go for on-prem, would it be per user based, or would be per processor based? Thank you very much.
Okay, so Maximo Application Suite right now, it's a containerized solution. So it doesn't matter where you put it. It's set on top of Red Hat OpenShift. You are free to deploy it in your choice, a cloud, in your cloud of a choice, or on your on-premise. It's a containerized based solution. Now, when it comes to the system requirements and topology, I can share a link. I don't recall the details in my mind now, but I can share a link where you can review like how exactly the different topology setup and for the servers and so on. And for the app point, for the licensing, this is the only licensing schema for Maximo. So it's always going to be per user. This is basically to identify who's accessing the system, what capabilities they need to access, and that's gonna indicate their app point consumption, basically. So it's always based on app points only. That's does that answer your question to some extent?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I have one question, ma'am. First of all, thanks for this kind of information. I would like to know about you explain about the artificial intelligence. So what are the areas of AI is embedded in the Maximo, and either it support the security surveillances or not, like CCTV and other things?
Security what?
Security surveillance.
Okay. So for security, I know that we do integrate with QRadar, for example. There is like maybe if that's of your interest as well, I can send you the integration with a QRadar for securing like IoT basically on an IoT level, on IoT devices level, basically, to secure IoT devices and assets to that level. But Maximo is a very secure system, and for integration with security systems, I might need to check for you offline and send you the already existing ones, because I know already that we do have integration with a QRadar and maybe other systems relevant or similar to QRadar, basically, which is a security system. But from AI capabilities perspective, you have I have discussed a few in the monitoring. For example, you have AI triggered AI. The the anomaly detection will be AI triggered. So it will eliminate the false positive alerts. That's already in the application suites. It's already a capability right now in production environment. In the health, for example, you can view basically all the metric data. Sorry, for the predict application, you have these predictive models. Okay, like I've explained, like estimated time to failure, failure probability trend, anomaly detection. You also have other ones like contributing factors to failure, which shows you the factors from the training data with the biggest impact on the failure probability. You have also asset timeline, which shows you like all the key information assets, all the key information around your assets in a one single graph. So you can see the predictive maintenance with the preventive maintenance date or scheduled maintenance date in one chart. So you can have like a holistic view. And also you can have an lifetime chart, which basically if you already doing using a predict, it's gonna influence that. So if it says it's gonna be failed after 30 years, so after 30 years by warranty it should be like it will reach end of life. But with the predict application, doing the assessment over and over again with training data, you will be able to know if it's actually gonna fall at the date of if it's gonna get to the end of life by the by the book date, or actually after the health it was gonna be on another date, for example. So you can plan replacement. You can do a replacement planning basically. So all of this within the predict application already exists. You also have AI vision in the visual inspection, where you can train the models to identify cracks, identify rust, identify leakage, identify missing parts of a pipeline or something like this, water quality, for example, like this, all using visual inspection. Assist gives you highlighted information using NLP, natural language processing. So it uses natural language processing to check the Maximo knowledge base and repositories that you have for the user manuals, knowledge base in the managed application to give you that highlighted information. And on the upcoming, you have many capabilities, like I discussed, the anomaly detection, prompt tuning. Now we uses machine learning, natural language models, natural network models, which is like deep learning, basically to take the shots anomaly detection. But upcoming in the coming releases in 2025, I can share the roadmap, exact roadmap of the coming capabilities that will be added in the coming few releases. With the team, they can share it with you. It shows you like these like different AI capabilities, and what we are doing, not just from traditional AI, but also leveraging large language models, which is foundation models, or building even foundation models. Like for prompt tuning, they are building a foundation model to reduce the time and effort required to train the model, because usually right now organizations train their models, they bring all the data and start training the model on it. So using generative AI foundation models will allow you to kind of accelerate that learning or training of models that you can use for prediction and for inspection. So this is like upcoming capabilities into Maximo. I will share this. This is already shared with the team, so they can share it with you after the meeting, so you have all the details we discussed today for you. I've already shared the presentation with the team, so yeah. So this is like just to highlight like what are we doing in AI, what is already existing and what's really coming. Yeah. Does this answer your question to some extent?
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Any more questions? Because we are already running late and we have to show you the demo of IBM